Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik and I'm fascinated with the positive and negative uses of our dies and other crafting supplies. We all know dies are expensive, but if we can figure out how to stretch our uses for the dies we buy, the cost is not as bad. This video is part of my ongoing series showing ways to stretch our die-cut dollars. I was playing with some word and snowflake dies and used those dies in several ways. This is the card that I am showing you how to make today. And this is another card I made with the same letters that came out of the front of this card. I used the same seasons die and gems, and I used a reindeer from Impression Obsession for a pretty holiday card. Here are the supplies that I used to make this card. I'm using the Modern Greetings die from Frantic Stamper. I'm using a callum stitched snowflake die from Poppy Stamps, and the Seasons die from Tim Holtz Script Holiday Words. I'm using several kinds of sequins from Scrappiness. I'm using on the inside of the card some foil mates from Gina and Therm, some sparkling silver fancy foils also from Gina and Therm, and one of Gina K's die sets to create the label. And I'm also using Deco foil toner sheets. And I'm using some acetate from the paper cut. I am using mounting tape to create the window for the shaker card, and some of my other favorite, some beads and glass glitter and gems, and the EK Success powder tool, and my favorite fine tip bottle and glue from Karen Berniston. We are starting with a top folding square card, cut 5 by 10 and folded in half for a top folding card. And I'm using my favorite thick white cardstock from Recollections, 110-pound weight. I've cut a 5 by 5 card front. It's out of navy blue linen cardstock from the paper cut, and I then cut out the Modern Greetings die out of that and the snowflake. So you can see that this is going to use the negative opening of the snowflake, but we are also using that snowflake in the center of the card. So again, positive and negatives, and I've taken the letters that I took out of here and created another card for it. Another thing that you can do to use the positive and negatives and get twice as many uses out of your crafting supplies is to take a Gina K foil mate, and I used some silver foil and created this lovely sentiment for the inside of my card. But then if you take the negative sheet that is left when you run that through, so this is what's left, and you place it on a piece of toner sheet and you run that through your laminator again, this is what you get. So see all that sparkle in there? It's even more sparkle than when you do it this way. So I'm going to use that on the inside of my card. And I'm also going to use the navy blue snowflake that I cut out of the front of the card base, and I'm going to put that on the inside of the card. Now on this piece, we're going to attach seasons and another snowflake with the glue. Pardon me, I do have a cold. I'm trying to get this done before I get a new computer from Santa, and so I'm going ahead and filming. We're going to take a piece of acetate. It has a little something on there and attach it to the back of the card front. I'm going to start with some tape runner. And then I'm going to add a little regular tape to hold it down firmly. My favorite way of making shaker cards is to use mounting tape. This is a brand new roll. If I take it and measure the length I want, and then cut it in half. Sometimes you can even cut it in thirds, so it does go a long way. And I like to double up the layers. Cut it in half. And lay the second one on top. Now we're going to measure in between those, but get them nice and close. Nice and tight, but not over anything that shows. Okay, so we're going from here over to here. So go up, but right up to it, and make sure there's no openings. I'm going to take my EK Success powder tool and I'm going to go alongside of anything that might be a little sticky and also put a little bit on the acetate as well. So, and then if any of the adhesive is sticking out, I am using the powder tool against that to make sure, or to try to make sure that nothing sticks that we're going to put in the shaker. I like to use my Scor-Buddy to make sure that this is going to be attached easily to the card front. So I'm going to stick this in here, right in the corner. And then I'm going to take my Snowy Days 2 sequins and put a few of those in there. These are really cute because they have snowmen and snowflakes. And then a few Magical Winter, which are really pretty colors. And then I really like these beads. I don't have a clue where they came from. They're pretty old, but I like to put beads in my shaker cards. And then I have some vintage glass glitter shards that I bought years ago that I like to make it kind of look like snow. So now that it's in the corner, if we remove all of our mounting tape cover, and then you take your card front. So you make sure you have your inside, and this is the top, and this is the top. And you're going to line this up in the corner and along the side, and then press down firmly. And that's a little trick I learned, that if the sizes are the same, they should line up good for you if you do that. We're going to finish with a couple of gems. There they are. One right in the center there. And one over here. Our beautiful Season's Greetings shaker card is complete. I hope I helped you see some new ways to stretch your dies and use both the positive and negative images on your cards. Thanks for watching, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and thanks also for helping me share the joy of creativity.